Yes. I'm going to put in a marker right here
Already?
to let people know that there are going to be massive spoiler alerts.
Oh, yeah.
And you can skip to the next marker in the podcast because I know some of you out there have not watched Obi-Wan and are wanting to watch Obi-Wan, but now we're going to talk about Obi-Wan.
Also, there can skip to the... Well, I guess we'll put in another marker when Game Club starts because some people might want to skip that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I marker everything now.
What a guy.
I know.
Legendary.
Hot off the mark. So Obi-Wan,
Sure.
3 episodes coming out. Out.
They're out.
And we've watched them.
I have.
All 3.
I have.
What do you think?
I like it.
It's really good, isn't it?
A lot of people hate it or are hating on it for wienerly things, as usual, as wieners do.
Yeah, I haven't looked up anything about anybody saying.
Well, I mean, you can figure it
out.
out pretty easy. Like, oh, the main bad person is a person of color and she's a woman too. Uh-oh. People aren't too happy about it. But yeah, I will say there's things that happen in it where I'm like, okay, like really, this is like how they're gonna do this. Like in the first episode, the idea is like Obi-Wan's watching after Luke. You know, he's like Jesus Christ, come back to Earth, like gotta protect Luke.
Yeah.
So he's on Tatooine, and you know, whatever's
Just
going
living
on.
his life.
Yeah,
Life of a hermit. Old Ben out in the dune sea.
exactly. And so the like Inquisitors come because there's a rumor of a Jedi in Tatooine.
Yeah.
So they go to like the cantina wherever they are, and they're looking for the Jedi. They flush him out. He runs away. The 3 Inquisitors, what does the Jedi do? He does his little force whatever, knocks down 2 pieces of fabric, and the the Inquisitors are like, oh, he got away.
Yeah. Now that you say it like that, it's that seems ridiculous.
Yeah, it was just like, are they toying with him or what's the deal here? It was so stupid.
Yes.
So that part I just was like, okay, this is not a good start here. But there's other things too, like Obi-Wan's working at like I guess they're harvesting a crate dragon or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're cutting meat chunks out of it, and he keeps stealing meat to give to his horse or whatever.
Yeah, his camel.
His camel. But they showed him stealing meat like 3 times. So I'm like, okay, eventually he's going to get caught. No, it was just like, he's just stealing meat.
Well, that's the thing. He's a Jedi. He can just, no one can see him steal the meat because he can just be like,
but he
"I'm not
wasn't
stealing
using
meat."
his powers.
No, he definitely wasn't.
Because
but he could.
later in the thing, he tries to catch Leia when she's falling, and he's just like straining just to use the Force. So like,
Yeah, I guess so.
I was just like,
Yeah,
and then
when
there's like, you know, I guess maybe they were showing how far he's fallen. Maybe that's what the goal was.
Yeah, I think they were hammering it home that it's been repetitive on Tatooine doing nothing.
And then they also show like the guy's like, he punches his little thing into the gonk droid, and he's like, hey, I got paid like half of what I'm supposed to. And the guy's like, what are you gonna do about it? And Obi-Wan's kind of standing there like hat in hand, like, oh geez, okay, well, I guess we're just gonna take our lumps here and get out of here.
Yeah.
So it was just weird that way.
Yeah, it definitely shows how much he's like not in
I
it
never
anymore,
thought of it
just living his life.
I never thought of it that way until just now that, they're probably just showing how far he's fallen.
Yeah. And especially with him, like, just anything to do with Anakin Skywalker, he's just completely traumatized over the whole deal.
You don't really show that until like episode later when he doesn't even know Anakin's alive. Yeah. Until like
he's still
the second episode.
He still has dreams, and he can like, you can hear his inner, well, not his inner thought, but you know, he thinks about it.
It's more like
they allude to him thinking about it and it really bothering him.
Yeah. So the other thing too, at the first start of the show shows like the attack on the Jedi Temple where all the younglings are being killed, and they show like 5 or 6 probably getting away.
Yeah.
So I can't remember because like I'm not really paying attention to it, but like I'm thinking that maybe one of the little kids was one of the third sister. Like I can't remember if there was a little black girl that was running away.
I'm not entirely sure. But
I can't remember because I wasn't paying attention at that point. I'm just like, okay, some younglings got away, and then it was like, well, why did they show us that? And it's like, oh, maybe one of them ends up being the third sister.
Yeah, either that or they're showing that that Jedi did get away, and that's why there's still Jedi spread across the galaxy that are fairly young.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Like the guy that is at that cantina in the first episode, he is kind of young.
Yeah, he is. But so is the third sister.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So the other thing with the third sister is like when I played Jedi Fallen Order, the Star Wars EA game.
Yeah.
You fight some of the sisters in there. And
Yeah.
it's like, I fought the 7th sister, and in the game I'm like, okay, here we go. 7th sister, eh? Okay, where's sister 1 through 6? Like, those would be the bosses, right?
Yeah.
But then you only fight like 3 sisters.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden in the show...
you fight 3 sisters?
I can't remember exactly.
I thought you said 2 sisters
I
before.
can't remember.
I'm like trying to figure out how many are left.
Well,
from
in the
watching the
game
show.
there was like 2 or 3, but like there's 7 sisters. Like the Grand Inquisitor wasn't a sister. He was the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
It's like a different rank basically. But anyways, she's the 3rd sister.
Are we sure about that though?
Yes, we are. She's the 3rd sister. So I was like, "Oh crap, this is like sort of in the time of
Yeah.
like the Fallen Order." So who knows? Maybe Cal Kestis is going to be in this or something or whatever, you know? So it was kind of crazy to see that. I mean, like, again, haven't cared about Star Wars anything
For a while.
for, you know, a long time now, but it was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I loved the Fallen Order game. And then it was like, oh, there's the sisters in here. Like it's a crossover. And I know like Disney now with the like Star Wars universe is like everything is canon. So like, if it's in a video game, it's canon. If it's in a show, it's canon. It's in the movies, it's canon, whatever. Whereas before, it was just the movies.
Yeah.
Nothing else was canon.
Yeah.
So. Oh, the other thing, too, at the start, did you watch the recap of the
Oh, yeah.
the movies? When you were watching those, were you not like, they need to redo these? They look like trash?
Not from what they showed,
I
actually.
was
When
looking at
you
it.
were telling me about it, I was like, oh, man, they're going to show some really terrible stuff. But I didn't feel like they
Well,
they
it was
didn't
just
show,
like
real bad stuff.
It was just so not good compared to. They immediately cut to the Jedi Temple, the new version, and I was just like, it looks way better.
Oh, it totally does.
It just the old stuff just looks like it's like an Xbox 360 cutscene.
yeah, totally. Totally.
But the other thing with I know a lot of people are complaining about is like young Leia. Like the chase scene with young Leia, which I again was just like, okay, like the guys kidnapping young Leia are running through the forest and she slides under a tree and the guy like runs into the tree instead of grabbing young Leia. It was pretty bad that she could outrun these guys. And her legs are like a foot long and she's like outrunning these guys. I just was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
I know
they were just having a hot jog.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't like going hard on it or whatever.
No.
But when I don't know what the guy's name is, the main kidnapper guy turned around, I'm like, holy fuck, it's Flea. I cannot believe this is Flea. I couldn't believe that Flea was in this show. It blew my mind. Who's Flea?
Yeah.
The bassist of the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Oh. That's something everybody knows.
I mean, generally. Anyways, okay, I guess it was only amazing to me, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean,
you're just like, this is a white guy?
this is a white guy doing a good job of acting.
Okay. Anyways, he's been in other things too.
Has he?
Yeah, The Big Lebowski. He was one of the nihilists.
Ah.
Anyways, I think young Leia is hilarious.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
They got a really good someone who looks kind of like how she would look when she
Maybe.
was younger.
but she's supposed to be 10, and I don't think that girl's 10.
Yeah, I don't think so.
She's like way younger than 10, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, you think she's older than 10?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think
a little
she's
bit,
probably
maybe
like
not.
6 or 8, maybe. I don't know.
Let's find out.
But she does a great job.
Oh yeah, amazing job.
She's a good little actress for sure. Her lines are good too. Like when she's talking about her cousin, like when her cousin's like, "You're not a real Organa."
Yeah.
She like throws mad shade at him and stuff.
Yeah. Well, she is force sensitive, so
Yeah,
she
I mean,
can. That's kind of what her powers
I guess
are
so.
like.
But then she's talking to Ben and like just talking shit to him. Like she's like, okay, he's like, okay, I'm your dad, you're my daughter, we're from Tall. And she's like, more like grandfather. He's like, what did you say? Oh, nothing. I didn't say anything. But yeah, I enjoyed that whole interaction too.
Yeah.
And again, this show's crazy where it's showing like different elements you've never seen in Star Wars before. Like they go to this planet to catch Leia back, and it's like the slums of the universe almost. There's people with drugs and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. So the girl that slipped Obi-Wan the drugs on the planet, like here's the first one's free, come with me. That's his daughter. Like Ewan McGregor's daughter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so that was an interesting thing. On that planet, there was the third sister where she was hunting Obi-Wan. Okay, Kamal Nanjiani or whatever his name is was very funny as the fake Jedi.
Oh yeah, he was great.
I was laughing a lot at that.
Yeah. I don't think it wasn't like over the top like Marvel funny either. It was just like
it was just
well placed, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And they didn't kill him either. So
yeah, that's probably in his contract. You can't kill me.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't have the. I don't think his negotiation ability is he can determine how his character lives or dies.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think he has that kind of pull. But I think it was more like this kind of character's kind of fun. Like maybe we can do something else with him in the future. You know, so. Maybe he shows up later, like, you know, they're part of the Underground Railroad, sort of. But the third sister's like angry parkour through the city was kind of weird to me a little bit, where she was just running around trying to get to Obi-Wan and just parkouring all around.
Yeah, I don't think it needed to be as long as it did.
It looked kind of cool, but it was also kind of weird.
Yeah, I think that was put there to show that she is quite powerful.
Yeah, I guess so.
In the ways of the Force, or the dark side.
I liked all those guys. The Inquisitor looked cool. She looked cool. The Asian guy with his weird bowl hat was cool.
Yeah, it's very Star Wars. All their outfits, it's great.
Yeah, and then all that stuff was cool.
So she is the Leia Organa.
Yeah,
the actress is 10.
Oh, she is 10
as of June.
Okay, so she probably wasn't 10 when she's filming, but she was probably like 9, so whatever.
Oh yeah,
she seemed like so much smaller and diminutive than a 10-year-old to me. So
Sung Kang is the Sung Ho Kang. He's the fifth brother.
The fifth brother. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're all cool. I like their designs and everything like that. I also like in the sort of.
He was the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Okay, I don't know about that.
He's the.
Why
Fast
would you
and Furious
whisper
guy that everyone loved, but they killed off really early.
Perfect.
Which sucked.
In the third episode, they showed the stormtroopers as like regular people, kind of, which was cool.
I mean, they are.
Well, I mean, but they never show them as that. They're always just like mindless killing machines just going around. But like they go to that dirty ass, again, another fucking desert planet. And their armor's
like semi-arid.
Okay, whatever.
Let's be real here.
Whatever. Their armor's all dirty and like unkempt because they're on this dirty ass planet.
Yeah, it's great. The series have been doing a good job of showing that where the farther they are from like the center of the empire, the dirtier they are.
Yeah, it's good. And then what else did I really enjoy? I mean, Darth Vader coming in. At first I was like, man, he just killed these people. Like, he doesn't do that. And I was like, okay, this is right after, like, well, not right after, but this is like right after he becomes Darth Vader. He's killed all the younglings.
Oh, yeah.
He's still like just on a murder rampage. Because you think in like episodes 4, 5, and 6, like he killed like one guy. He killed that one general.
He's calmed down a little bit.
Yeah. But then he's just wild and whatever.
Oh, yeah. He's just like, when he finds out that Obi-Wan is on that planet and shows up, I was like, oh, here we go. And then it's just like, he's just like using his force powers. He's just like, oh, someone's hiding over there. Just grab him, just chuck him around.
And he was like playing with Obi-Wan because he could have just destroyed Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah. That whole scene where he's just like playing with Obi-Wan around the
fire
city, the fire in the city.
That
was very reminiscent of him playing with Luke in episode 5.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he's got mental problems.
Oh yeah. Look at him.
Well, exactly. But I mean, as of right now, like, did they need Hayden Christensen? It wasn't his voice. I guess he's in the suit, maybe walking around. I think the only time they probably used Hayden Christensen right now is when they showed Vader in the back the tank and he was all like disfigured. They probably had him make it up. But again, it's like, why are they using? They didn't need to use.
He's in all 6 episodes.
No, I mean I get it, but like
they didn't really need to use him for that. But I like the way he portrays Vader. It's closer to Vader than how that other guy did in episode 3.5.
episode 3.5. What does that mean?
I can't remember what it is. That's the one with
Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah.
But like that one, what did Vader do? He
had too much swagger, in my opinion.
He also had a one-liner about choking on your own ambition when he was a choking guy, which I thought was really stupid, but whatever.
I think Hayden Christensen does better like body language.
I mean, that's just the director being like, walk slower, walk faster. Yeah. I don't know, dude.
I mean, that's the way Vader was in the other episodes, except for,
I guess so,
in 3.5.
But yeah.
And I mean, he's in there in visions as well. Like when Obi-Wan was having that, he just was on the planet and just saw him standing there.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's true, but anyways, it's been very sparsely used. I'm sure later in the series, he'll take off his helmet or something like that and talk to him. But the other thing makes me think is like, is Liam Neeson going to be in this? Because he keeps going like, Master Qui-Gon.
I know. I'm hoping
Master
he is.
Qui-Gon.
I've been looking at IMDb, but I haven't.
Don't peek at that. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me.
No, I've only gone to Hayden Christensen and the girl so far. And to see if the clone trooper who was sitting there was it actually him? It was, yeah. Yeah, it's totally him.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I looked at his casting credits too to see if he was the original, and he is. He's the voice of the original Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And Jango Fett.
Yeah.
And Boba Fett in the new one. And he's the guy throughout the whole entire thing. And that's awesome.
Yeah, that was like the start of the Book of Boba Fett, where I was like, I can tell that when he was wearing his helmet, it was some other guy, because then when his helmet's off, it's like, this guy's got a little bit extra girth around the center. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm looking for... Oh, the other thing that I was just like, okay, while it's going on, so they have the girl, the fake Empire girl that kills the stormtroopers, to rescue them, to take them to the Underground Railroad.
Yep.
I think she was on Game of Thrones as one of the people from Marine, maybe. But anyways, so at the end of the thing, she leaves Leia and is like, Leia, keep running. I got to go rescue Obi-Wan. So she leaves back down the tunnel. And at this point, we see the third sister's going into the tunnel. And then all of a sudden, she's out of the tunnel and she's shooting one of the stormtroopers or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did she get past her? Like, what's going on?
I know. How did she get out of the tunnel past the third sister? And then how did the third sister get to the other end of the damn tunnel?
I think what they did is they did it in a bad way.
They definitely did.
So they should have showed her like leaving the tunnel unmolested. Because all of a sudden, she leaves Leia and all of a sudden she's outside on top of a sand dune shooting a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what?
Yeah, the continuity of that.
What they didn't show is that they did it. I figured it out at the end. They did a bad job of it. Like, they went in this end of the tunnel. The third sister went in the other end of the tunnel. So Leia was running towards the third sister.
But the third sister found the tunnel in the...
She found a tunnel.
Yeah.
The other end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Because she's at the other end of the tunnel and she kills the guy.
Yeah.
So that's how she got past her. Is because she went in the other... See, they did a bad job of it.
Yeah, because she went into the... She found the entrance to the tunnel that Leia went, and Leia...
Well, that's what we thought, but it was a different tunnel. It was the
same tunnel.
No, it was the other end of the tunnel.
She's in the same room.
Yeah, but it looked like the same room. It's another junk room at the other end of the tunnel. I don't... That's what I'm saying. I think they did a very bad job of it. It's not the same room.
It looks exactly like the same
I know,
room.
But it's what I'm saying.
It looks like she's in the junk shop.
They show them assaulting the city where they're going.
And then she's in the back room, and then she finds the tunnel in there.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, dude. I think they did a bad job of it.
They definitely did a bad job of it.
They
definitely did a bad job.
I don't know. Did they show her opening the tunnel from... Well, maybe... Okay.
Yeah, they showed her opening both tunnels.
Again, maybe the other end has another room in it.
Yeah, it could be.
So, like, I just think they did a bad job of it where it's two ends of the tunnel.
Because she goes in the room, into the back room, sees the rebel symbol on the wall.
But maybe there was the same thing at the other end.
Yeah,
I mean, how else could they do it?
I know.
I think that's what it was, is they just did a very bad job of it.
Yeah.
But while Leia was running through the tunnel, I thought, oh, maybe they're going to make me an actual smuggler at the other end. And I'm like, is it going to be an actual new character, or is it going to be like... Because they've been bringing in some of the older characters from other things into the actual Star Wars universe. Like, they I don't know what, the comic book or whatever, they added back in Grand Admiral Thrawn, who is from some of the first newer Star Wars novels that were coming out.
I remember him. Sure.
So he's in
novels in there.
Yeah, he's in a comic book or something like that. So I was like, oh, maybe there's a smuggler at the other end. I'm like, what's another smuggler they could do? And then the N64 Shadows of the Empire was Dash Rendar.
Oh, yeah,
so I was like, maybe it's Dash Rendar at the other end or something. But then it's just a dead guy. So I was like, okay, never mind.
Never mind. Just a dead guy.
Yeah, so anyways.
Yeah, really liking the whole tone, the whole overtone of the series so far.
I'm liking it a lot too. I don't know if you saw, like, Ewan McGregor had to do like a video about the woman playing the third sister. She's getting attacked online. Of course. She's a black woman playing a main role in this thing. And he had to do a whole thing where he said, like, you know, this is terrible. She's a great actress. She's doing a great job. And if you're sending her hate mail or like hate messages, you're not a fan of Star Wars or whatever, you know?
Not even close to being a fan.
Because she's doing a great job. I mean, there's parts of her that, like I said, I didn't really like her hardcore parkour, but like that's just like whatever, you know, not a big deal. But like her like killing the Grand Inquisitor was very cool, and the way she's, you know, all her, I don't know, I think she's a cool character.
Yeah,
like,
I think so too.
Yeah,
you could definitely see the Grand Inquisitor dying by her hand at some point in this series.
Like the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, the dude that she killed.
Yeah, I mean, he died.
Yeah,
okay.
But you could see it coming from like.
Oh, I mean,
1.
of course
but
they were butting heads or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. It's good.
Yeah,
I recommend it.
100%.
And I also liked how they had what's his name to be Bail Organa again.
Yo, yeah,
he's looking a little older, but
well, of course.
Exactly. They could have done some smoothing or something. I don't know.
Some de-aging?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, I mean, the technology is there for sure to de-age
exactly.
people.
But yeah, it's like, who else are we going to see? Are we going to see Biggs or Wedge? Like young Biggs and Wedge on Tatooine playing with Luke, or what's going on?
Maybe at the end. Maybe in season 2. I don't... If there is a season 2, I don't think we're going to see much of Luke at all.
No, I don't think so either. But, you know, maybe he runs across them in the Tatooine, the little kids or whatever. Yeah. And I thought the guy that played Uncle Owen, he looks pretty close to the old... You see Uncle Owen briefly in the Star Wars Episode 4.
Yeah, I mean...
He kind of had the look of it.
Yeah, and I think he's the original guy from, like, Episode 3 as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
I never watched
exactly
it.
The same.
Never watched it.
You never watched Episode 3?
I don't think so. Oh, maybe I never watched Episode 2. I don't think I watched Episode 2.
Episode 2 is Attack of the Clones.
I don't know which one I haven't seen. I think, wait, which one is Episode 3, the one where he becomes Vader?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one I've seen. I never watched Episode 2.
Yeah, at the end of that, they, I think it's the same guy.
I wiped it from my memory. The only part I remember is when, after they fight and he gets all burnt up and shit, and the Palpatine rescues him and puts him in the back of the tank and makes him into Darth Vader, and he wakes up and he's like, "Where's Padme?" And Palpatine's like, "Oh, you killed her by accident. You forgot, though." And he's just like, "No." I was like, this is so fucking stupid. Just like
technically he did, but you know,
well, he didn't kill her.
Technically,
she died in childbirth.
Yes, technically he killed her with his children.
No. Wrong. But yeah, just like, oh yeah, you killed her. You just don't remember. Oh no. So stupid. Anyways. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it.
Yeah, highly recommended. But if you made it this far, you probably should have turned this off a long time ago and gone and watched it before we spoiled it all.
True.
You've messed up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.